That's right, baby. We're back. Alright, welcome in one and all. I figured I would put this together because actually over the June challenge, my best friend, I saddled her up with having to play Resident Evil 2, and at one point she mentioned needing a walkthrough. Said she went to my channel, and yeah, spoilers guys, I don't have one on the channel. So I figured I would do this video run of Resident Evil 2. We'll take a look at the settings real quick because this is the PC version, but I want to make sure that like what I have set will be achievable on like the high frame rate mode stuff for like the Series X and the PlayStation 5. So as you see, I'm just running borderless window, 1920, no ray tracing. 1920 by 1080 rather, no ray tracing, and then this is where it matters most, making sure that we're getting the 120 frames per second. So with that in mind, if you go high frame rate mode on a Series X or on a PS5, this is essentially what it's going to try to do, with and without success. But the main reason we do that is because at 120, your damage ticks with the knife are just tremendous to the point where you can like melt bosses. So I figured she's got a Series X, she loves Xbox, so I'd throw this one together as a kind of how-to. She had started Leon's playthrough, so that's what we're gonna do today as well. Most of this run will likely be pretty silent. I might point out if we're like looking for a certain item, or like, oh, we're playing the 3 medallions or something, but I expect a lot of this is just going to be you guys watching the run, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy it. So here we go. Alright, let's go. New game, Leon, standard. Let's ride.
Look, man, I'm serious, okay?
You all right? Don't move. I'll be back for you.
Oh, I am using a controller. I've got the 8-bit Xbox Ultimate C style controller.
Freeze!
That way it's to emulate as much playing on the Series X as possible. I didn't want to drag my Series X in here or the PS Pro, so it's like, I got it right here on computer, so let's just do it that way. Alright, as you saw, grab the key, pop the face, discard the key, run. Pretty simple.
Don't shoot! Get down!
Alright. Yeah, another reason I'm being kind of silent too is it is inferno ass hot in my house all the time. And I gotta have the coolers on, guys. I don't necessarily want that reverb ruining your experience, gang. But here we go. Let's go ahead and skip on through.
Attention all citizens. Due to the citywide outbreak, you are advised to take shelter at the Raccoon City Police Station. Free food and medical supplies will be provided.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised that it's not picking up in the background, so maybe I don't have to be completely silent. Huh. Maybe you guys have to suffer the commentary.
Yeah, but if we're the only one.
Ah, hell with it. This is my first Resident Evil 2 make in a long time. Ooh. Like some of the load-in has frame rate dips like that, but you can't see it in the top left because I'm not doing display capture, but it shot right back up to 120, so we're good.
It's everybody. They've all turned.
She just messaged me. I haven't played it in a while. Alright, bro, well, I'm putting a walkthrough together for you.
The station.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have her finish it. She was here when I did my driver run with the PS5 and Resident Evil 3 make. I didn't have the Pro yet. God, you want to talk about a game that just runs gorgeously on the PlayStation Pro. Alright, so we're at the PD. We just want to run right over here, flip the switch, and get to work, essentially. Alright. Alright, Leon, take a look around. Take a look around, Leon. Alright, we're back in. I was gonna shoot her a message. We're kinda doing this. I'll get an opportunity when I get an opportunity, because when you're in the driver's seat, it's go time. This game is cool. It's always one of my favorite to just throw on and speed run. I am not nearly as sweaty as I used to be. My lowest was like 1 hour and 5 seconds. And I've never beaten that, of course, hence it being my lowest. Alright, let's see what we got here. Has these big dip skips. I don't know if it ever did that when I recorded before, but I also have the settings racked to the nines, so. That's funny, man. Because I haven't played it in a minute. It's like, well, I'm recording you a walkthrough. Alright. Let's go ahead and get Skip Bayless. Now, I'm treating this as a speed run. So, like, you know, if she watches this, you know, she's probably going to have a lot more guns than I do and stuff like that. When she gets to certain spots. Like, I'm just running this how I would traditionally speedrun it at 120. So in large part, you're gonna see, like, not a lot of bullets.
Does anyone know what started this?
And Skip. Get that Kanife. And going down here to this part. Open Sesame. Now what I'm gonna do, speedrunner strat, is I'm gonna drive some bullets out. And that actually, like, kinda lowers the damage taken count a little bit if you drain your bullets. This game has adaptive difficulty. Oh, I went too wide, but dude's body's on the ground at least. Yeah. Adaptive difficulty, if you're doing really well, have tons of bullets, have tons of health, then dudes will, like, put you in danger in one shot. So yeah, fun. There we go. Little dip to 90. It's gotta be because I have everything cranked, so. Like, it's not a big deal. And, you know, we're not going for some kind of world record or anything, so I'm just gonna take care of this problem. And up here, what's up, bud? Excuse me, fella, move your freaking head. Okay, I don't think we're gonna need to grab those bullets. We will want this though. Now what's interesting is we used to, in old strats, we used to turn around. And I've noticed a lot of new runners now just go straight through here and do the library conversation. So we're just gonna kind of make this up as we go along. Now, as you saw, I was looking down.
I need you back here ASAP.
There's a reason for that.
I've got something to show you.
In that room, there's a guy hanging overhead.
Be right there.
You can actually avoid tripping him off if you're looking down. So just a fun trick of the trade again. Okay, God, do I even remember these? So far, no. That's not good. Let's see. That looks good. How about 2 fish? Oh, whoa. Okay, changing our style definitely is a little wonky. God, I am used to the old way. So let's see what happens. Alright, for now, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Grab the other one, then we'll go to Marvin. That's going to be the lion, the leaf, and the eagle. The lion. I don't think we have enough inventory space, so we'll trip Marvin's cutscene. Again, we're not going for like world record or anything. This is just putting together a run so that my friend knows, hey, here's where items are, here's what rooms they're in. What's up, kitty?
Yeah, but the passage isn't open yet.
My Resi cat, he's like, nah. You ain't playing Resident Evil without me again, are you? Dude, he is doing that too. Alright, come here, bud. Come here. Yeah. Daddy's Resi cat. Uh-huh. You gonna go explore now, huh? Yeah. I don't think the world wants to see that boot, homie. I don't think they want to see that boot, Rube. I don't think he cares if you guys want to see his boot. Which is a shame, because I know you guys don't.
Marvin?
Alright, so after the helicopter crash, we're down here
Surrounded
after
by
that
zombies.
cutscene.
Marvin, do you copy?
We're going for these bolt cutters. Some bolt cutters. What's up, Ruby? Okay. So now with the bolt cutters, you gotta recognize this area. This is where we were at in the beginning. Except for now, we're going in this fun little room. I like to grab this flashbang because it's gonna come in handy a little bit later, so grab that, grab the valve handle out of homie's office, and grab this elevator shutter. Little shutter fuse. Open the door, put the fuse in, and here we are. You can even show those losers how slow they are. Okay, here's one thing I am gonna do just to dump it. Again, this would have been done on my old route, but we're doing it now. I want more inventory space, so go ahead and kick that key. This is a little bit of a run spot. Right when you get in here, dudes start coming in the windows. So we want to get by them. And this one's the trickiest. He's right in that corner. That guy's not tricky at all. Just shoot him in the face. My Ruby cat. He's crazy, guys. He's crazy. That's unrelated to the run. Ruby's crazy. So this should be the final bolt cutter door. Yes. We'll discard that so it can immediately be replaced. And let's grab another flashbang and get out of here. Scooby Dooby Doo bop 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 beep 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 beep. Now what we're doing, we're back in the little hangout spot here. We're just good. Going upstairs because one of these rooms has the valve handle for us. And kabloomers, there it is. Sweet. Oh my god, that was so cool. Okay. This is another quick... You're either quickly running or you're being quiet. There ain't no third direction. Not in that room. Here's what I'm gonna do real quick. I know it's having those like big studs. So I'm gonna try pulling some of my texture quality usage down. And then, okay, shadow quality's already down. Yeah, I told you, I have like everything banked to the nines in this thing. And of course, let's grab another flashbang because I like them and we'll need them. That should be all we need. We needed the battery off of Wesker's desk. And once you have it, combine it here. Now, there are two ways to go about this. Usually, if you're speedrunning, you're trying to get in and out really quick. So then it turns into a run for the door. we are just kind of experiencing the game in a slightly speedrun format. So what we're doing is just walking our way to the door. This is going to put us back out in the library if you guys are trying to kind of get a mental map of where we're at. Let me show you real quick. See, so lounge, library, and then of course we're on our way back out to the main hall after we do something in the library, so no worries. Oh man, girls blocking us, homies blocking us. Oh, big guy's over there. So we're gonna try moving this and hopefully he doesn't bite us before we get up the ladder. We're just moving that a little bit because we're gonna have to move the whole bookcase later. So if you want to wait till later when you have to do it, that's also fine. We're just getting it out of the way. Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay. So what you're going to see me do is run out this door and then immediately run back in. The reason for that is because if you're out the door and you're coming back in, the explosion won't knock over that bookshelf and block you in here. This is not a room that you want to be stuck in. So I believe it's Lady, Bow, Worm. Perfect. That is our last medallion. So once we place that in the main hall, we are going to be safe. Oh, this zombie came down anyway. Woo. Oh. Okay. There we go. Yeah, get cute, get cute, get cute. I'm gonna lunge at that ladder and then we can just walk out. And Leon's got the moves, guys. You know this. You know this. You played Resident Evil in any fashion. You know Leon's got it. Might be the bloom also that's messing with it. I could always turn that down too. Okay. So that's part one, essentially. Little mini part. Game's kind of split into segments like that. Let me turn the bloom down while I'm talking about that. Yeah, okay. Then I figured volumetric lighting would be on. Yeah, it's on high. So let's turn bloom back on, but we can volumetric down to medium. That ought to help a little bit with the clipping. Like, it's like just for a brief second, my frame rate ticks down to 90 and then kicks right back up. Could be a problem with the 5060 Ti, but I don't know. This is my first run of the game on the 5060. Yeah, it kicked down to 99 right at the transition, but whatever. Who cares? The game's largely just locked in at 120 right now, so we'll be alright. But yeah, this is what I'd call part 2. It's the little sewer section. That are part 1.5. Get it, Resi fans? This is Resident Evil 1.5. Alright, so we got a boss battle on our hands. William Birkin. First thing we want to do is put that high frame rate tick knife to use. You want to try to circle him a little bit and try to get more than one hit tick. The reason I circle him is because he'll run and like try to grab you. In this case, he tried to hit me with his pipe, but a lot of times he'll try to grab you, and you got to use a knife to get free. And it's like, bro, I don't want to use my knife as defense. I want to stab you with it, or swipe you with it rather, not stab you with it. Yeah, as you saw, high frame rate knife rules the day. That was a nice quick boss fight. And if we were looking at run standings, we'd be at 13 minutes. So we're actually about what my general console pace is, and we've been goofing around. If you guys have ever speedrun this game, let me know in the comments. I freaking love this game. So what I'm gonna do, a lot of people pass this up. I like carrying a little more things, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Section 1.5 is officially complete, the little mini sewer section. Now we're going to do actual part 2, which is
Need a key card.
going to have us getting, we're going to end it with getting the parking
Hey,
permit.
I'm
So
not done
this
talking
is
to
a
you.
pretty meaty section. Do, 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 do. So we met with the super hot chick. She's gone though, she disappeared. She ain't in any of those cells, I promise. Alright.
Hello?
So here's Ben Bertolucci. Obviously, if this is your first run to the game, and because I played it so much, I am skipping cutscenes. So make sure if you are following along and everything, you get to a cutscene, you're new to it. Hey, pause me, watch the cutscene, live the experience, enjoy it. This game's incredibly cool. I can recite these cutscenes, so I just go ahead and skip them. But yeah. Now that we've got the valve handle, though, we're going to be heading all the way across here. This little section can be annoying as well, but what are you going to do? And those are the reason why it's annoying. Spoilers! But yeah, what we're after, if you haven't played this before, over at Bertolucci's cell is like a little circuit board, and what we need are 2 circuits to get to the circuit board. Now that Bertolucci's rip, and we need to get in there, and he's got a parking permit around his neck. So each of these little boxes will have a circuit in it. We need to find 2 of these boxes, and then we're back in shape. So good news is we've already got 1. Okay. Activating switch time, it's going to be the middle right and the far right, and that'll get this going. Start up some scary. I like to hug this side and then curve real quick, just to keep that dog off. He might get me again. Oh, he did not, thank goodness. This is all about running as long as Leon's slow little legs will go. You can fight him if you want. Like if you're doing a new run, you might like have the shotgun on you or something like that. But I largely just, as you're saying, try to juke him, try to do like a zigzag. Oh, that one got me. Oh no, the other one got me too. Oh. Hey, I'm still fine. That's good. That's good. Actually, kind of surprised I'm still fine. That's really good. Okay, so as you know, we've been hoarding up on the flashbangs. So go ahead and equip one. Quick switch by LB, and then whatever button it's mapped to on the D-pad. We'll do a quick switch for you. So you can quick switch between your knife and that. But in that room, just in case you didn't see, over by the duffel bag, got an electrical part. And we're gonna use one of our flashbangs. Throw it in that general area over by this clipboard here, and that's gonna stun our boys so that we can just kind of stand next to them. It's all about friendship after all. Of course, Mr. Crawley is gonna do his thing. Now we're back to that first half a zombie. Ooh. Controller spazzed out there for a second, sorry. There we go. And once we're back up the stairs where the fire is, we're gonna make our way over here. Okay. So we'll use our valve on the last valve use thing, and then we're gonna get rid of it. The last valve use thing, that's a fun name for a shutter, by the way, guys. Just so you know. Alright. I like to have a free space up at the top. Usually ends up being for a key item. So now that we're at the top of the stairs, let's go in this far door. We're gonna hang a right once we're in here. So you walk forward a little bit, hang a right, grab this huge gear over here, and I'm gonna take this blue herb just because I got bit. Now we're gonna go out the door here and down the ladder. Okay. Another flashbang time. Which is pretty good, so once we're down here, we're gonna wait for these guys to actually open the door. There you go. So you cook that flashbang and then I turn the water on. Sometimes you can get the water off quick enough. But in this case, you understand the strat. You gotta be quick though, you gotta be in and out with this whole thing because they're not gonna be stunned for very long. So you gotta get in there, grab the club key like I did, and then get out. Otherwise they're gonna be banging on the door. You got 2 zombies and a wasted flashbang. So. Okay, so now that we flip that switch, and then we turn that lever, now the helicopter's fires out, which is pretty cool. But we're gonna have a new fun game mechanic on our hands. Isn't it a big mechanic? Now let's see if we can bait him here. We might not be able to. Oh, we kind of did, but not well enough. He just introduced us to the SmackDown. No worries though. Okay, so we're gonna combine this herb, and then we'll head downstairs real quick. Now you can go either way really with this. You can either go down these stairs and through this way, or you can just keep going upstairs. It doesn't really matter. It's just our target is the main hall, so. Here we are, we're back out in the main hall, like I said. I'm gonna grab this herb and use it real quick just because, you know, I got punched in the face. And that will actually affect performance. Okay, this room's a little tricky because we're gonna have a liquor in it straight away. I tried to shoot in his general direction to kind of slow him down. That's kind of a runner's trick. As you can tell, I'm not good at it because he just introduced me to some SmackDown. But we come over here to that doorway after you've passed the liquor. And it's a club door. So you march right on in there. Grab the, you want to grab the jack stand. Oh god, this is bad. Oh, we did, alright. We did bait him a little bit, which is good. Okay, so a few quick tips because that whole sequence happened really fast, guys. So that club door, you go ahead and open it up, go inside. There's a frag grenade and there is a jack handle. Make sure you have the space to grab both. The frag grenades will come in handy in a boss fight later. But yeah, go ahead and grab both, and then as you start to head back, it seems like every time I leave that door, that zombie is always waiting for me. So as you see, I put one of my weaker knives up because I knew I was going to have to use it on him. But yeah, now that we're back out in the main hall, we've got Mr. X chasing us still. Freaking T003's all over us. What we want to do in this case, we want to shoot the ground like I just did. Shoot the ground right outside of the library, because what that does is the sound actually draws those zombies in this room to it. So it'll give us a chance to kind of move these as far as we can before we get bit. Oh, it didn't move it all the way either. This is why grabbing a health is always nice. Alright. So we're getting munched on just a little bit. Nobody said this was no damage. I don't think I've ever done a no damage run, even with infinites, but now that the bookshelf is moved, we can come up here. And we got some exploring to do up here. There is a wily one, a wily zombie right off to the left, so you need to run right into this room. The second you get to the end of the hall, there's a room on your right, leads in here. I know it's dark, I know I couldn't shine the flashlight at it, and it's because that guy's out there. He's waiting to get his snack on, and if you don't make that little dip quick, he's gonna get you. He will get you. Okay. There we go. So we're gonna grab this little piece and we're taking the big piece and putting it in here. Just in case you guys missed that, I used the big piece to drop those stairs, and then I grabbed it again after I used it. So it's another kind of trick of the trade. I used to forget doing that when I was speedrunning for a long time, and I'd have to go back down the stairs real quick and grab it. So here we go.
Hope I don't have to write a report on this.
I'll have to write a report on this. So now that the bell has fallen down, for all of you guys who watched the cutscene and are super cool, we've got our second circuit. Right. That's pretty slick, right? Okay. So now we gotta get all the way back to where Bertolucci is. So we're gonna hang a left here. I don't hear Mr. X. Oh God, it's because he's right behind me. I was like, I heard him, but I didn't see him. So what we'll do is we'll run over here so that it breaks the floor. God, we almost got punched, guys. Breaks the floor, gets you close to the door, and then we can start heading down the stairs. And on our way, we're right here in the main hall. We're already passing it, so grab that first aid spray. Why not? Oh, that guy. Not gonna lie, he's not usually chilling right there, but okay. Okay, so we're gonna make our way back in here. We gotta try to dodge some dudes. So far, so not great. Come on, Legs, help me out here. Okay, at least Legs helped us get by the first guy. I'm gonna shoot that guy in the face. Oh, I don't want to waste the knife, so we're gonna tank the hit here. Okay, we'll just keep going. We have the first aid spray if we need it. And I know it looks wild that I'm only down to 5 bullets, but this is the nature of this game if you've speedrun it a lot. Okay, so now we're back here with the dogs. So once you're through the door, turn right and just go straight through. We're gonna have even more dogs. Try, if you can, to zigzag. I try to like get behind those cars a little bit and see if that kind of blocks them some, and then just keep zigzagging. Oh, little punk got me with one more hit. Okay. So you see I've switched to my last flashbang here, you guys, and there's a reason for that. You want one flashbang coming into this for sure, because what we're going to try to do is blind an entire cell block, which you can't do if you do not have the flashbang. Okay, this is a little tricky, so we'll get this first aid spray here just in case things go south, and then we'll get our parking permit. So once we do this, all the cell blocks are going to open. What we want to do is try to tank our way into one enemy, shoot him in the face, and then you're going to see me like delay for a second before I throw the flashbang. Okay? If this works, it's going to stun all the zombies and Mr. X. If it doesn't work, well, that's going to be bad. So here's our big guy. There we go. It barely worked and I did not wait the way I wanted to. I just looked up and cooked, so thank goodness that worked. Basically, you're trying to get that flashbang far enough to where it reaches X. Otherwise, you know, all the zombies are stunned and there he is waiting to punch you in the face. All right. God, the thing is, I I'm gonna turn down more settings just for the heck of it. Film noise, I don't think we need a lot of depth of field. And then particles, sure. Like, it's not like the game is really bad. It still looks good, it's still running really good, but like, I get into my head when there's like frame ticking like that. And it's only for a second, it's like 99, oh nope, back to 120. Okay guys, here we are. So the end of part 2, we are now out of the RPD. So we'll just follow Ada, or in our case, we're gonna lead her over to the kendo gun shop. Gun shop, kendo. Which is good because we only have 4 bullets. So.
Roads out.
I'll bet it was that depth of field that's probably messing with him, but that's okay. Funny again, I said I was going to be largely just kind of quiet, and it was like, well, no, we could commentate this. I hope you guys enjoy my commentary and don't find it to be incredibly annoying either. I guess we can grab that, but we're not going to be getting the shotgun until way later. Make sure you grab the frag grenade, and then grab these bullets, reload the gun, and we'll get a cutscene.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
We'll skip it, of course. Alright, so now it's just more Ada's pointing us where to go.
They're a pharmaceutical company.
Ada's telling us what to
They have a
do.
virus. It turns people into indestructible monsters.
Might have been working a little harder. I mean, the
explains
game
the
is on
horrible
max
things I've seen.
settings, and I'm trying to record. Like, so my graphics card is like, "Dude, stop."
And that's why I'm looking for a method.
I think this is a pretty CPU heavy game, but I got the
Based on what you've said,
on the 5700 X3D, so I would think it'd be throwing this around a little bit with the GPU.
can't imagine a real scientist being down here.
I wasn't able to get a 5800 X3D, so I'm basically like,
Come on.
if I'm being
Sewers are run
realistic,
by the
outside of the
How could they
GPU,
have a
I
facility
am
without the
about as
authorities there?
maxed on AM4 as you can get. Like,
Umbrellas control raccoons.
so any further upgrades outside of GPU will be switching to a new motherboard. Fun fact. Okay, so as you saw, followed Ada on down here, go through the tunnels. Now, if you're on a no item box run, you have to ignore this item box, but we're not. So I'm dropping off the key, and I'll move some of this crap over. Okay. Here we go, and now we continue on. Look at all that bloom. Look at the bloom on the lights, you guys. But if I turn that off, the processing load's fine. But since I turned off depth of field, we haven't had a stat yet, so.
Again?
Okay.
No chance.
Part 2.5. Oh, there was a stat down to 99 again. Okay, guys. What we need to do in this next sequence is left, right, left on your controller, stick wise. So when this encounter starts with the gator, go ahead and go left. Just kind of hold left. Let him get all crunchy. Now we'll hang a right. And Leon will keep going. You just stay right. Now your last left has to be a little quicker. So right when you see him stop his little chomp, get swinging left. And then of course you just run all the way to the end automatically. Make sure you got a gun and some bullets. Boom. Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch. And grab this grenade while you're at it, and you'll be cool.
Chew on that, you overgrown son of a bitch.
Alright, apologies. Hey, guy's gotta take care of his gal once in a while, and that's just how that goes. But was able to look, and 3158, pretty good at the time of the alligator going. So we do have one more sequence to do within this segment. Now that we've taken out the gator, so
What the hell was...
lower our ladder.
Just get up here.
Or rather, Ada will, we don't. And we're gonna move on.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
Can't say I didn't
You said the virus
warn you.
turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
So you can either walk with her, or you can just run straight to the elevator. At the end of the day, it takes the same amount of time, so... I like to stand here so I can look at the scuff marks on the bullet chamber. It's so cool. Detail. And look at the big old Leon phalange. Okay. Adol took her sweet butt time getting in, and then down we go.
To who? Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses that make them. And Annette is who makes the viruses. Scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more dangerous.
Okay.
Definitely William's hand.
There we go. So there's Annette. Again, I'll skip this, but you guys are welcome to watch the cutscene. And you will notice that we've switched to the gal of our Gators and Gals segment. That's right, we are playing as Ada now. Ada's got a cool little section. You can get through this damageless. There's even an achievement for it. But in our case, I'm just going to do it my way. Which usually results in shooting a bullet. Sometimes two if I'm terrible at aiming, but she gets a cool little gadget. Gotta hit that first jumper box and then overload the fan. We've got a similar story over here, so you gotta activate this box. Then we'll overload the fan. Now, after the fan's overloaded though, there's a box down here that I believe we hit to unlock that door over there. You just got to make sure the door is green, and you are good to go. So if we make our way down here, hang a right at the first set of stairs, we're gonna see, you know, old Tommy boy over here. So let's see if we can draw him in. And the further you pull him, the better. I pull him over here and then come around these boxes. He'll likely be the only one that we have to shoot here if we're quick enough. And we don't even have to kill him, but run over here, aim, and you'll see the junction box, activate it, and then start running back. I like to hug that wall a little bit, because as you saw, that spicy guy over there. We'll get our one shot off on Tommy boy, and then we'll be heading on up the old elevator. If you are on hardcore, there's a zombie that can beat you down here, so be careful. Zombies are significantly faster on hardcore.
Always been good at running, Annette.
Okay.
Give me that.
Next step has to happen pretty quick, so if you look, we've got us a little bit of a situation here. So we have to activate this junction box. Then, oh, nope, I did that incorrectly. Or, no, I did it correctly, actually. So activate the box, flip that switch, then scan the switch right above it, and that'll get this fan going in here so you can come and overload it. I know that seemed a little fast and a little weird because I did it wrong. But just remember, you walk up to that door, the second you get to the door, X is coming up in the elevator. So look to the right, hit that far junction box, pull the switch, look up, hit scan that junction with your cool gun, and then run for the fan to overload it. In that order. All right, so now we head up those stairs as you saw, and we flip the only switch we have to flip on that computer. So now we're gonna make our way into this perfectly safe little furnace here and skip cutscene.
Bravo.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn me
Now, this is faster on mouse and keyboard, but we're just going to get ourselves into position here with our controller. We're starting at this far box. This will give us power, and we have to start each junction. So, power this box, Boom, that's gonna run a path all the way over here. You'll know it's good because it'll be green. Blow that one up. Now look over at this junction right next to you. Stand. Overload this circuit. And then there will be another junction right next to you again. Overload that one. Look for the green. Boom, 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 boom. And we're free and clear.
That's what she's doing.
Beautiful.
Clearance confirmed. Your ID
And then
is
just
authorized
keep going
until
straight.
October 1st.
Or no.
Please return
Never mind.
before this date.
Ignore me. When you go through that door, hang a left. Dropping my Jim Carrey reference was distracting. I'm sorry. Alright. Yeah, so once you're out here, there's going to be this little bridge overhead, and we're just going to go to cross it. Cutscene time. We'll go ahead and skip. If it's your first run, or if you like the cutscenes, go ahead and watch. And resume here in a few. Alright guys, we've got our dashing locks back. Yes, we are Leon again.
Where are you?
So we'll turn to the right and take our little mini elevator up. Okay. Inventory wise, we just cleared it out before the gator, so we should be fine. If you need to clean it up, if you've got a lot of weapons, there's an item box back there. But we're jumping in the P, so
That's a pleasant smell.
that's a pleasant smell. All right, first junction here, we're just going to the right. Boop, boop, ba-doo-doo. All right, so take this little edge and we're climbing up some stairs. Okay, we're gonna have a homie here. He is kind of problem. So, oh, shot his head all the way off. That's how we want to do that. This is another homie that's gonna be a problem though, so we definitely need to stun him, or if you got plenty of bullets, feel like getting some killing done, you can kill him. Run down here and grab a knife. You guys, by now at this high a frame rate, you should know how valuable the knives are in frame rate mode. You know why we need the knife. Ignore Leon swearing. He's literally in the piss right now, so he has a right. Okay. There's a trick to this. You can either stay and fight this guy, which no thanks, or you can shoot him real quick, get him up, and just run right on by.
What the hell?
Yeah, those are called G adults. They're stupid. They ruin a lot of speed runs. So yeah, if you feel like fighting them, hey, fight them. I don't. I think they're stupid.
Where'd she go?
All right. So once we're in this room, we're just gonna go straight to the right on this little ladder. Another cutscene, gotta show off Leon's glowing sewer muscles. We can skip that. Ada's down on the ground. Now you can explore around here. It's pretty much just gonna tell us what this part is, and that is just sewer chests. But that doesn't matter. So from where we start, left, out this door, pull this switch. There you go. Oh man. My cat was like, oh, are you in the sewer level? I better make it authentic. He's using the cat box right now. So anyway, you end up hanging a left from the end of this here little bridge that we lowered. And make sure to grab this valve handle. I am gonna grab some health. If you have the inventory space to do it, cool. If not, no worries. No worries. Okay. So back over here, we're gonna go in the room with the exit sign. And Gonna pop Tommy Boy, but Glenn is gonna come out of left field. Any Walking Dead fans in the chat, you're familiar with Glenn. And grab that health real quick, and we need to flip this switch over here at the end of the stairs. Before we get too far though, come over here on the other side of it and grab this frag grenade. It's going to be a lot easier to grab it now than it will be to try and grab it on the way back. So hug this left wall. We're going to have a G adult falling out of the pipe. There he is. And if you hug the wall, you can dodge him. And now that we're up here, that's why we went and grabbed that valve handle, or we would be in some trouble. All right. So we'll open this up here. We're gonna take this little mini elevator up. As you see, Leon's like, oh dude, little elevators, so cool. My favorite thing in the whole world. So let's grab this hip pouch, open this door, and this is gonna come into familiar territory, but we can't observe the scenery long. So you gotta run over. This is that room where I domed the zombie earlier. So if you come on in here, grab this electronic part really quick, and I mean really quick, just grab it and go, because this zombie in here is gonna be up once you start coming back. And as you saw, there was a zombie like bearing down on me, so we'll go ahead and reload our gun. Now let's let the G adult try to disappear a little bit here. There we go. This may not work, yeah, with him being as close as he is. Okay. What we want to do is try to get him to go under, and as he's going under, drop down. That's the safest way to do it. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. We've got both of our zombies over here. We've got Glenn and Tommy. But I kind of went, as you saw, I kind of went wide right there, so that Glenn would kind of start to come toward me, but also so that Tommy would walk off of the edge. So get Tommy Boy out of the way, climb on up, and we're good. As you saw though, head down this way, use our valve handle. This is a one-way path here. So if you're trying to get a lot of stuff, you can grab that key. If you're like us, we're just going right down the ladder. Us minimalist runners here. I'm gonna grab this health just because I may need it. I'm pretty full on inventory space right now, which isn't great, but something tells me I'm gonna get grabbed. So we've got another G right here. Make sure you give them clearance to come up, otherwise they'll actually stun Leon on the way up. Another G to our left. Oh, we cleared him. Keep looking down if you can, and hopefully you'll miss him. Ah, he spawned anyway. Okay. I know that looks really tough to follow when you're in it, and the map isn't going to help very much. But from where we shot that G adult and he came up, I went over and around him, and there's a little cove off to the left where another G adult is. So if you hug the right wall, you'll be able to get by him. Keep going straight and you'll see that pipe that this one just came out of. So I know, because I was looking at the ground, it was real hard to kind of see what was going on, but hopefully with that description you'll be able to get through unscathed. Hopefully. We'll use our health here. Now we're in another puzzle room. This one's got a queen plug in it. It also does have another plug that we're going to be grabbing here in a second. So with the queen plug, let's come over to this little cage door here. Open sesame. Now if you want the flamethrower, you got to do a few extra steps, but what we want to do is trap this guy in here. So head up the stairs. we're gonna grab the king's key, or the king's plug rather, jump down, and then we're gonna grab the queen's one. And that's just gonna trap him in there so that we can comfortably do this puzzle. In B scenario, it's not quite as comfortable, but that's alright. So to come do this puzzle, we put the queen back where we found her. This will be a king slot here, as you see. Walk back out this door, grab the queen. Oh no, we're closed out. Just kidding. Just kidding, guys. Go around, grab the king plug, and you are ready to leave. Now, oh god. So now we're gonna be back at the Oregon Trail. Our boys are out here, which is terrible. So what we, oh no. He actually went, he sunk, which was good, but he sunk way too early, which is terrible. So we're gonna tank this. We're gonna tank this. It's gonna put us in poison status, but by tanking it, we can use this blue herb to get us out of poison so Leon won't non-stop cough. And we're going straight. So right from where he attacked us, where that pipe is, where he spawns, go straight. You're gonna recognize this spot. That's where we got the herbs. So we're about to drop down here. There's a little tricky one coming up. So guy's gonna come at us from over there. What we want to try to do, we want to run and climb this ledge, wait for him to sink, and as he's sinking, jump down and around him. So there we go. We'll spawn him. Here he is. He's like, hey Leon, you're freaking cheating, bro. What's up with that? Now he's gonna drop. And now that he's sunk, we can get on out of here nice and safe. Nice and safe. That's how we want to do it. Okay, now we're back at Tommy and Glenn. Yep, there's Tommy. I don't see Glenn. Oh, but Herbie's here. So we're gonna pop Herbie real quick. Oh, thank goodness Glenn wasn't on the stairs. All right. Head back up the stairs. Oh my goodness, this room looks beautiful, I'm sure, after that crazy sewer venture. I'm sure this room smells just as bad as all the other rooms, save for maybe the Oregon Trail. Okay, so here we go, guys. I'm gonna see if I can remember this. So I'm gonna take that out. All right, from right to left, we're gonna keep the pawn where it is. The middle, we're gonna put the queen. Down here, next to her, we're gonna put the king, of course. Now, let's come over to the middle over here. It's gonna give us the old knight. We're gonna replace the knight with the rook. And then put the knight plug where it's supposed to go. And of course, finish strong. We'll put the bishop where he needs to go. And open sesame, we are on to the next section.
Okay, almost there, Ada.
All right. Now, as you see, I'm already toggle switching to hand grenades because there is a trick to a like quick spawn for an upcoming encounter. So you switch over to your hand grenades as your kind of defense item. What we're gonna try to do is time it to where the explosion on this door, I always usually go like 1, 2, and then kind of toss it, that it'll hit the enemy before he attacks us. He'll knock the door down and then we'll be ready to go. Again, I know what it sounds like, but you'll see it in practice. So let's go first switch, third, fourth is not it. First switch, second switch, fourth is it. As you see, I am de-resting a little bit, but let's move over here. All right, let's trip him off. There he is, and then
Jesus Christ!
1, 2. That should have done it. Okay, yep, we've got a good growl from him, so we are good to go. It's so weird the things that people have figured out in video games to efficiently speedrun. And I wish I could say that was mine. No, that was greater minds than I, you guys. So enjoy. It's so much fun. So just keep running because he is going to be on our butt. We have a little bit of an encounter here, but we've got our super cool knife, so we can get the job done pretty easy. And we've got another knife. Whoa, whoa. All right. So let's see if we can pull him over here. I'm gonna cook this. There we go. Just to kind of keep myself safe for a second. And then it's off to work. You guys know how powerful this knife is. I mean, that little move of his always kind of drives me nuts, but... So what we want to do, we want to knock him down once. While he's down, we are kicking him while he's down. Just knife him as much as you can while he's down. Switch your knives if you need to, or if you are forced to by swipe. Anyway, there's a reason for this. So we need to try to knock him down again, and he's going to be a little stubborn about it this time around. But no worries. We'll just work one swipe at a time, I guess. And then, of course, by now, Leon's telling you, like, hey, man, come on. Okay. So now boss is down. You want to get him down twice with the knife. And then I just start clipping him with what's left of pistol ammo. He's nice and far away. And by doing this, by the time the crane comes, this will one-shot him. So this will actually get you an achievement where you only use the crane once and send him packing. So there you go. Again, the high frame rate mode's going to allow you to do things like that with the old knife. So seize the opportunities. They are definitely there. I can't believe I broke that knife. That's funny. Especially after I switched it too. But no worries, once we're there, you just run straight ahead, open the Tamu-lock, and boom. Flip this little switch to come save our girl. We are almost on to the next part. You guys are all troopers, man. All of you. Going through this walkthrough, this incredible game. My 2019 game of the year. Yeah. Feel like it kind of got robbed in a lot of categories, but it at least won Best Audio Design, which if you are playing this with your headphones on, you're already aware. Dude, the audio profile in Resident Evil 2 is incredibly well done. But even so, fantastic game. Again, my 2019 game of the year. So we run back to the cable car. Sometimes you can get past Ada, but it doesn't really matter. Go ahead. If we're trying to get to the end of the game, we're going to flip this switch. If you got more crap to explore, you can head on back to the RPD and go check that out. There is an entrance in the sewers.
This tram is bound for Nest. Do not exit until the final destination.
But we're not doing that. This is just a basic walkthrough. Leon and Ada are gonna make out the whole way down because they're thirsty at this point. I completely understand. I haven't seen Leon drink any water, so swap and spit. You know, you're trying to stay alive. I get it. Down the stairs we go. We are now to the final part. Liggity Labski.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
For your safety.
For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open.
Oh, it's fine.
Welcome to Nest.
Okay.
Enjoy your visit.
So we're gonna hit this first door on the right, and we got some stuff to do. So hang a left, this first door here, the cafeteria. Run over to the right in this pile of bodies, and there is a frag grenade for your trouble, so make sure you grab that. Run by this girl enjoying her manwich, and there's a ladder on the right hand side. So if we claim that, I went ahead and switched over to my knife because we're about to get a new knife and we may get grabbed here. So grab your new knife because new knives are cool knives. And there's our potential grab culprit. If you shoot him and then move to the right, once you're in this little room, we want to take these little chips and mix them with our wristband. That basically is going to just make us more senior staff, which is kind of cool. And then, of course, if this guy's in your face again, just go ahead and shoot him in the face. Run straight ahead now that our band is mixed together. And we are out of this little section. Okay. Alright guys, we're back in the lobby, so head on into this security room to the left, and we're gonna get this sweet beauty that we've been carrying the attachment for a long time. Hello, Shotgun. She is very happy to see us. Alright. So, left out of the security room, and now we're into the big old fun area where we press magic button. Oh, I do not like where they shortcutted my shotgun. I prefer that right on the D-pad. Okay, so we don't have security 3 clearance, we only have 2, so go over here on the left and activate security clearance 2. Now, in this particular run, I'm actually pretty full on my inventory, so there is an item box in here on the left that I am going to hit once I get in here. So, left, go around. Hello, items. So I'm going to put away this valve handle. We have so many knives, and then the extra first aid spray as well is just killer. So, let's see. I may be able to lower enemy damage just slightly with those 2 shots, so it should be about enough for what we're trying to do. Once you're done, head on straight ahead. You'll see this cool little umbrella podium, and the door on the left is very reminiscent of freaking like Batman Forever, so make sure you wear fake lips because these things will try to kiss you. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if I can remember. Okay, so that one is 3123 if you're looking at pads. Okay, so maybe I was right. So 2 0 6 7. The miracle of editing. I did double check. Now there are spots that you can find that. There's one on a grate, and then the other code is underneath a trophy. But again, memorize. Memorize, please. And the reason I say it's like 2067, they're set up like number pads. So it's pretty easy to just, if you treat them like a number pad, you're good. Alright, so after that little code there, head on over here and grab the dispenser. Watch the cutscene. Dispenser's now empty. So now we have to go fill it up, of course, because, you know, that's just how this goes. Alright. Filling it up is pretty straightforward. I want you, if you're on a scenario, which a lot of this run wouldn't make sense if you weren't, I want you to think RGB, RGB, RGB. Yes, your Jay's 2 cents, it's gonna drive you nuts because he don't like those in his computers. But RGB, red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green. Boom. Of course, in B scenario, there's a different code, but it's the same kind of pattern. It's just the same thing 3 times. Maybe we'll do a recording like a Claire scenario B-Sen one day, but I know Leon's the popular one, and his first run is definitely the most popular. So, sure to grab the good old hand grenade off of that guy, and now we're heading out here. We're gonna have us a little issue, but if you shoot to stun, we can head on out. Now, if you kill him and you still need that code, it is on top of that little hanger lid there. So, the codes that we put in on the keypad, that's where one of them is. Alright, so now we're in here. Now, there's 3 zombies in here, and there's some shotgun shells. So, what we're gonna do, shoot her head off. We're gonna shoot his head off, and we're gonna shoot his head off. Now, killing these guys is very freaking important, you guys, because what's about to happen next is this room is going to get very busy. So, good, we have a knife equipped. Start running straight down the end of this hall. A licker will drop down on you. Try to get around him any way that you can. If you feel like fighting him and you got the health and the ammo, cool. And once you run in, the reason I ran right past him is because 2 lickers come into that room. So once you're in there, come on into the stairwell, look over to the right, introduce that dude to a shotgun shell, and now we are back in business. All right. Good, we've got 1 open inventory space. A body will drop on us. Don't worry, we'll be taking care of him in one way or another in a moment. Come grab this signal modulator at the top of the stairs. And now we're heading back downstairs. Like I said, we'll be dealing with him in a minute, because there he is. Just shoot him right in the face and run on back downstairs. Okay. So, flashbang. You should have one from when we went into the keypad room, if you had space. I know you saw me pick it up. I didn't necessarily mention it, but if you've got one, you're going to be using it here. So, open this door. We've got 2 lickers. You want to run as far down here as you can before cooking this. Throw it. Boom, turn them around, and now we're going to use the signal modulator on this little machine here at the end of the hall. So, that said, it needed code MRF. So let's switch over to MRF frequency with L1 and see if we can use our joysticks here to line things up. Line it up, press B, press A, it'll activate, killing that's flying in front of you, and then we're gonna try to run past some lickers while they're stunned. It doesn't always work, as you're seeing. Oh, there we go. All right. So you run back toward that stairwell, and there's a door to your left, as you saw.
You have 5.
Get on, just kind of duck on in here real quick.
Who left the freezer open?
Who left the fridge open? All right, so once we're here in the freezer and we've said our Ben Stiller action quote.
Cooling sequence in
We'll
progress.
use that canister on this little machine, and boom.
Cooling complete.
Okay, this next bit is going to be a little bit more tricky. If I die during this training video, I will laugh so hard. So what we're going to do is open this door, and we might be, again, we're not speed running, so we may be able to sneak by. There's 2 of them though, man. That's gonna be tough. So, I'm gonna grab this. Oh, we did have some on us, but... Okay, they're both over there, so let's just walk. Be nice and patient. Again, we're not going for a world record speed run. We're trying to get Leon out of Raccoon City in one piece. So, once we've gone this way and you get in here, even if they scream when you start running, it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's try to avoid the plant boys as much as we can. And we're heading back up to the greenhouse control room where we had the keypad and where we got the flashbang. So, with our dispersal cartridge now filled, let's use it.
Dispensing solution.
Dispense that solution, and then we're gonna head on out here. And we may have some space to grab some stuff. So I'm gonna grab this red herb.
Without authorization.
And then there's a blue herb over here as well. As you see, there's a few of these guys laying down, so we gotta be quick about what we're doing. Okay, run down to the right. There's going to be another doctor's slip. This time, oh, we're getting like all the access, baby. Senior staff. Now we gotta be fast. Run back as quick as you can, because we got a problem. He's a big bald problem, and he's not named Pallet Evan. Mr. X is back in the fray, guys. So come through here. You're gonna have these guys up. You may need to pop one with your shotgun just to get a stun off and get out of there. Just start backtracking. We're safe now. I'm gonna use that green herb on the healths that I grabbed, and we're gonna head back out to this central hub here, guys. Okay. So now that we're back at the hub, we're going to Area 3.
Hopefully the G sample's up here.
Now again, I know some of this looks spicy because all I have is a handgun with like 10 bullets, and then, you know, the shotgun with also not many rounds. But if you're just regularly playing this, you're gonna have way more ammo and stuff than me, so you can afford to be a little more careful and less dicey. But over by this dead fella here is a nice grenade. Let's go ahead and grab that. Now we're gonna examine our modulator again because it's now asking for OS. So we'll R1 over to OS and use our joysticks to line it up. Just like last time, use that. And that's gonna open up some doors. At this point, we shouldn't need the modulator anymore, unless you're going for optional stuff. If you're going for optional stuff, then yes, you'll need it. I'm gonna grab this blue herb. I actually don't know if there's a green, but oh god, those lasers look so rough when you don't have ray tracing on. Like this game actually, like, once you turn on the ray tracing and kind of max stuff out, like, see how the floor's kind of grimy. Now that all gets smoothed out in RTX. I thought okay, there is. I was gonna say, I thought there was a red herb in here at least, but alright. I came straight in and grabbed the red herb, but you don't need to do that. You can just run over to the left and inspect this. Leon will grab a G sample. And here we go.
Back to Ada.
So just so you know, we do have a boss fight coming up, so if you are a little bit nervous, grab some health, grab some ammo, grab a beer, and let's go.
Self-destruct sequence will begin when lockdown is complete.
Boom. Okay, so first ticket on this. He's gonna approach us. We want to try to shoot out his eyes as quick as we can with the shotgun, which sometimes goes smoothly, and I am rusty, so probably won't. Let's see how we do.
Class A breach detected.
So there's one. There's two. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. There we go. Okay. So once he kneels, we want to get behind him. And this is where the 120 FPS knife is going to shine, because if you get right in the middle, you're getting 3 swipes and tons of damage. And it just melts your knife because you're doing so much damage. Okay, so he is now about to recover. This is where those grenades come in handy, gang. Round 2 of this little bout. Start lobbing grenades at him. He's gonna get a little spicy, of course, because he's a boss, and bosses are supposed to be spicy, but... Ooh! He worked me over on that one. Okay, he has entered phase 3 now. So you'll see him like start to smoke a little bit. And that's just kind of like, hey, it's phase 3, I'm gonna go grab this thing over here and knock it down. So what we can do, let him do his little showboat, throw another grenade at him. Now he's just gonna go nuts. And he's gonna try to jump, but that's alright. If you can get in here for some swipes, do it. But just know, he might smack the crap out of you too, so that's also a thing. Okay. This is actually not too bad to show you some of the boss's mechanics. Sometimes he'll walk off and grab stuff to throw it at you when he's not like flipping out, having his little moment. But again, if you just get in here and just beat him up a little bit, he'll be alright. If you can see him. If you're nervous, hey, you should have some shotgun shells left, so you aim them. If you aim them better than I'm aiming them. Whoa! Oh, aim them better than I'm aiming them, and then I drop him with the last shot I've got. That was perfect. Alright, guys, so at this point, we're coming up on the end, which is really cool. Resident Evil 2. You'll head up the elevator, have a little combo with Annette. Go past the incredibly muddy, I wish I had ray tracing on room. I could have probably run RTX, but it's such a heavy load if you're trying to get high frame rates. So, for runs like these, I do not turn it on. I'm gonna grab my last first aid spray. And it is time, guys. It is time to, I'm gonna use one of these actually, because I like Leon better when he's not wounded. So there's Ada again. I'm gonna skip this cutscene, but I encourage you to watch it. It's a good lore dive. There we go. One more frame dip for the run's sake. Now we'll just head on into this elevator. I do wonder if it's just where I've got things cranked, and I am recording at a really high quality as well. Like, it's just my freaking 5060 Ti is like, dude, you better stop. Yep. As we're wrapping up, just remind you guys, I actually, this is my first one of these where I've done like a full commentary. So if you like it, please drop that thumbs up. Subscribe for any more of my shenanigans, of course. So we'll make our way out of here. Another cutscene, some fallen debris, cool computers. Now we're on a timetable here, so we definitely want this knife. And we need to get moving. So, Down these stairs we go. And into the elevator. If you can, shoot that guy as you're going by. I should have probably shot him a little later than I did, but no worries. You just want to make sure you're stunned and running the IVs, man. Stun them, because if they grab you and you don't use a defense item, you're dead on the spot. So, if you got weapons, you got the flamethrower or something like that, toast them. If not, stun and run, get on out of there, baby. Alright, next stun and run we gotta try.
Is this a fucking joke?
Woo! If you can kind of bait the punch out of him just by kind of nudging the stick backwards, just float like Ali. There we go. Just keep running. Just keep running straight. Once you get past X, through a door, go straight. Okay, the only door in front of us is this one. We don't have anything to use our red herb with, so I guess we can grab these pistol bullets. And, I mean, we're not going to need them, but put this joint plug in here. Grand finale time. Now, I know your first inclination is going to be to stay the heck away from him, especially if you're on hardcore. We're going to go up and give him a hug, because our strongest weapon in the world is this tiny little knife. So get in here, start mixing it up. Try to avoid getting hit. A lot of people are way better at this fight than I am, but I just try to kind of stay on. He's gonna whip backwards. There we go. I try to kind of stay on his shoulder here and just kind of try to avoid getting hit. A lot of times it works, and then sometimes, like when I'm recording for you guys, it's like, nah, this ain't gonna work. So, okay. If he hits you into danger, obviously he's gonna get all cute and try for a kill. No thanks. Just keep working him over. Now you actually do only have to like stun him a couple times. So you're already seeing like a bunch of debris fall down. And that's because we've got the stun on him that we need. So once this big chunk of debris falls down here, you're good. You can just keep dodging until the triggered cutscene, or until he does that, which almost just killed us. If you see him charge up like that, aim for the heart or getting close before he charges and knife him. You have to stun him on those or you will instantly be killed. Fun fact, in the Resident Evil RE-verse DLC, when I unlocked the Tyrant, I ran across 2 rooms and killed a Leon in the RPD with that very same move. Now he's gonna hit us right here, so so you get the drop, tank the hit, boom, shoot him with the rocket launcher, and now he's half the man he used to be, and we can finish the game.
At the bottom level.
If you did do it that way, it looks like we are over 6 minutes, so you would have gotten an achievement as well for besting him in the 6-minute window too. So if you are achievement and trophy hunting, bam, you're welcome. All right. Of course, I leave the ending cinematics to you guys, but we'll switch to big view real quick and see if I can't get the game. Yeah, there we go. Oh, got to enable my sources. There it is. All right, so brief skip. We'll see how our run did here. Just curious, as a speedrunner. And derusting, we did a lot of having fun in that one. So you can see, even when you're having fun on standard, less than an hour and a half, like you just witnessed a movie. like you witnessed about the runtime of the first Resident Evil movie. Fun fact. But there you have it. That is the run. I hope I know it was going a little fast as far as kind of guided config and such. So obviously, if there are any points that you missed, make sure you rewind, check things out. And yeah, I hope a lot of this helped. I know a lot of speedrunners have refined their methods and everything, but just as a general guide, again, if you're running around with a bunch of guns and everything by this stage, you should be mowing through this game on any of the parts that I might had to get cute with. So again, go ahead and like, subscribe if you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you guys in the next one.